I'm going to be totally honest here. I think stem cell therapy and stem cell treatments are complete bullshit. What's up, everybody? I'm Dr. Maggio, creator of the Peak Method and founder of the Soft Tissue Revolution. And I'm on a mission to make chronic injuries obsolete by helping people that are injured and in pain get properly educated and informed on their injuries and access to quality, hands-on, soft tissue treatment so they can avoid bigger problems down the road like pain pills, injections, and surgeries, which only make everything worse. So we're back at it for Ask the Doc. Got a great question from Mike on Facebook. I'm 43 years old. I was hard on my body and was a meathead for years. Join the club. I have had multiple injuries to my shoulders and just live my life in pain. A buddy of mine had stem cells done and swears by them. I'm at the point where I would do just about anything to feel better and be normal. Just wanted to get your opinion on stem cells and if they work. Thanks in advance. So, as I said in the intro, it might be a little skewed a bit, but I think traditional stem cell treatments are complete bullshit. So, one thing that's going on here, and Mike talked about this, is we do comparison syndrome. I made a video about this and I'll link it up down below, but we compare where we are to other people as well. We're like, well, this worked for so-and-so, so this should work for me. It's like there's so many other factors involved when it comes to an injury. You could have a problem structurally, like, with the joint and the tendon. You can have a tissue problem, like scar tissue builds up. You could have inflammation problem where your diet and stress is really bad. And it could be like a psychosocial component as well of how you think about the pain. There's a lot of things going on there. And what happens is we want to find this magic bullet treatment and this one thing that's going to magically fix everything. And stem cells have really come to the surface over the last couple years, and people pay a lot of money for that. So one thing that I always say when looking for a treatment, you should look for three things. Number one, is it safe? Number two, is it effective? And number three, is it durable? Now, here's my thing with stem cells. This idea, and I think a lot of what happens with stem cells is placebo effect. And we talk about placebo effect all the time. So what I wish that happened in stem cell treatment clinics and what the doctors would do would be like, all right, so we're going to give you these stem cells. And what we're going to do first is we're going to take an MRI and we're going to see what your tissue looks like. Then we're going to give you these stem cells. And then 6 months later, we're going to take another MRI and we're going to go in there and we should see a difference. If there is a difference, then we get to keep all your money. If not, we'll give you your money back. I can guarantee you there is not a single clinic out there that is doing that. What they'll actually do, and they like to do this a lot, is when it doesn't work, they say, oh, you just need the more advanced one, or you needed a booster shot from that. So maybe, I was listening to Joe Rogan and he said he got stem cells in his shoulder and it fixed everything. And maybe that can happen, but I bet you got like the really expensive ones, like 50,000, 75,000, 100,000. Maybe those ones do actually work, but there's so many charlatans and snake oil salesmen out there that are just perpetuating these stem cells. They might charge PRP injections like a couple $100 up to a couple thousand, but that ain't actually fixing anything. The problem with stem cells is it doesn't require you to do anything. And the people that are the biggest suckers of all this are men. And this is coming from a man, especially a little bit older too, because we think as we get older and as things get more and more fucked up in our body, that we're going to be able to buy our way out of problems. And that isn't happening. The older you get, the harder it is going to be able to fix your problem. So that's the thing with stem cells. They're like, I'm going to do this magical stem cell and go in there and inject it. You don't have to change anything. You might be overweight. You might not be physically active. You might just be worn down. And this idea to think that this magic stem cells is going to go in there and fix everything is just crazy. But that's what they do, is they sell you this false hope and they sell you this thing up front, and you get desperate, and people get desperate all the time. They'll mortgage their houses and they'll do things to get access to these stem cells just with the idea of thinking that it's going to fix it. So do what I said, ask that doctor that question and see what they say. If they're like, no, we don't do that, then run far, far away from those people. But also just having a realistic expectation of where you are as well. And don't compare yourself to other people. Just because it worked for somebody else doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You are unique and special. Snowflake. So my take on stem cells is it's a giant waste of time, it's a giant waste of money, and it's actually not going to be able to fix your problem. And the people that swear by them, it's because they have they have what's called confirmation or conviction bias. Conviction bias means that they just believe in it. Like if I spent a bunch of money, I spent $20,000, $50,000 on something, I'm going to convince myself that it works too. You should have objective and real data to know you are, and that's what that imaging will do. And if you just solely rely on the idea of like, oh yeah, I got them and I feel better, that ain't telling anything, and don't go down that path. So stem cells are not the best idea possible. I think they can be used in conjunction after you get good therapy, you get range of motion back, you get your tissue cleaned up. They could help with a little bit of healing in that process, but they are no way, shape, or form a magic bullet that's going to fix everything. And if you're going to fall for those tricks as well, I'll sell you some magic beans with a leprechaun riding a unicorn. So that's all I got for today. If you guys like these Ask the Docs, best thing you can do is share them with other people that you know can help. Give us a like, a comment, or share. And if you have any specific questions, hit me up on all the social medias, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, podcasts, all that kind of stuff, even email, and give me a topic you want me to cover. I love doing these, and I like helping other people out there get properly educated and informed on their injuries. So that's all I got for this week. See you guys on the next one. Bye.